So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace a standard outlet. I got my plug tester in indicating that the power is on. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn power off. Alright, once power is off, I can take out my plug tester and you're going to remove the two screws. Now I already loosened these because they're flathead and for the sake of this video. You're going to want to pull the outlet out. You're going to see two blacks, two whites, which is typical. There are other wire combinations we're not going to get into. You're going to have two grounds that are pigtailed down to one. So, two ways to get these wires off. You could simply cut them, or stick a little screwdriver in there and there's a release. And it pulls out. A lot of times it's easier to just cut them because if you don't have the plug, so sometimes it's quicker. Just gonna cut those. Cut this one too just to get it out of the way. So you have your two blacks, your two whites. You're going to kind of want to just look at the wires, make sure that there's no nicks, nothing making contact that shouldn't be. Make sure you got a good connection on that ground wire. And you could start wiring in your new plug. So I used some strippers. They got these holes on here, which are great for making a little hook. So you make a hook, wrap it around the screw, and tighten it down. With wiring it, there's two options. I'm going to show you both. You strip, I don't know, about a ½ inch of wire off, and you could push it in there. Now this only works with 14 gauge wire. 12 gauge will not push into there. I don't like that method. I don't prefer it. It is still acceptable to do, but I like to do what we call hook and screw. So you make a hook with the wire, make a hook with the wire. While I'm at it, I'm going to do the two hots. So they're all ready. So your two neutrals go on the same side as the ground. You're going to notice the colors are different. The neutrals are also going to go on the silver screws. Hots go on the brass. Another way, the neutral or the white wire goes on the bigger side of the receptacle. Get the wire in, tighten it down. Do the same thing with the hots. Hook it around, and then you're just going to tighten the screw down. One thing to look for is you want the hook to go clockwise, the opening to go clockwise. So as you tighten it down, it will close the hook, versus putting it the other way, it could have a tendency to open the hook and just compromise the connection. So you get the other hot wire in, tighten the set screw. One thing to watch for when you're putting this receptacle back in the wall is how the wire is pushing. You want to make sure that the ground wire, because it's bare, gets tucked back in there so it can't inadvertently make contact with these screws. It could cause an issue with tripping on a arc fault breaker, you know, something like that. So you want to make sure we get them pushed back in. Line that screw up. Line the bottom screw up. And you're just going to tighten both screws until it's snug. Be careful not to over tighten because most boxes are plastic and they can strip out, or it can suck the receptacle just back in. Just want to make sure it's nice and flush. So next I'm going to turn power on. I'm going to use my plug tester to check, make sure I got my wiring right. So power is turned back on, and we do got it wired correctly as indicated by the plug tester. You got the two lights on the right side lit up, which indicates correct. So that's how you're going to change a standard plug.